Hello, welcome to art class on Tuesday. Scratch that. Today we're going to call it art gym. So just like the regular gym, we're going to go here to get fit. But instead of working out our quads or our biceps or our cardio, we're going to work on our hand. And specifically, well, some strength for sure, but also accuracy with the hand and making lines exactly where we envision them. We want to be able to draw them. So this is art gym, and this will give you some tools to get a little bit better at that. Drawing a straight line, or drawing a nice curve, or all sorts of different things. So here we go, art gym. Art gym exercise number 1. This is going to be called the target. So first step is to draw a circle and then put a dot in the center of the circle as best as you can. Okay, now second step is to draw another circle halfway between the circle and the dot. So somewhere around here would be halfway, so here's another circle. Okay, and then halfway between the dot and that circle. Let's do another one. And halfway between this one. So you'll see you can just start filling them in after a while. Try to aim for about halfway between the lines. And this practice will get better. It'll get you better at visualizing things and drawing big circles and sort of I cheated, I erased. But just the smoothness of your line too. You can see how my circles, they're decent, but they're a little bit wavy. That's because I'm going too slow. If you do your circles nice and smooth, that's better. So yeah, you might not be able to do that the first time. Maybe you'll only get a couple circles. That's okay. You can just flip over the paper and do it again. It's best to use really cheap paper for these exercises, so like newspaper, anything, even just scratch paper that you have lying around from bills or something like that. Anything that's okay to draw on. That's a good thing because you're not gonna end up with a nice piece of art. This is just the gym. Use it, throw it away. You could even do this on a chalkboard and keep erasing it, or I'm using an iPad here, so no waste. Alright, so that was art. Exercise 1 was the target. I'll keep it up there. Target. And the art exercise number 2 is going to be, what should I call this one? The waffle. The waffle. So the waffle is going to be pretty easy. We're just going to do lines straight as we can, going horizontal. Try to get them as close together as possible without them touching, and as straight as possible, and sort of the same length as well. So that way you're practicing the release, so that's this end of your line. If you can practice trying to get them to end at about the same spot. So these should be all lined up, but this one was a little short, These ones are all over the place. So after you draw some horizontal lines, which it's gonna practice your accuracy, the straightness of your lines, and your eye will have to be pretty good to not do what I just did here with crossover. You have to keep them separate. If they cross over, that's okay too. And then, to make it a waffle, we're going to do the same thing but up and down. Just going down or up, whatever's comfortable. You might be more comfortable going down to up like this. It's less comfortable for me, but it looks like I'm actually drawing straighter lines going up. Oop, messed up a little bit there. It's okay. So, and then you end up with a big waffle. So this one was decent. If you want to go to the next step, you can go diagonal as well. at a 45-degree angle. We're at the gym. No pain, no gain. And then you could even go this way as well. Waffle it diagonal every direction. There we go. Cool. So that is our art gym exercise number 2. All right, number 3, we're going to call the mirror. Now this exercise is especially good. Here's the waffle. The mirror is especially good for your brain and for, it's less about exercise. Like the waffle one, I feel like is very much for your hand strength and getting straighter lines. The target is kind of, it's good for your eye, but the mirror is really good for your brain. So the first step in the mirror is to draw a line going straight down. And then start at the top of the line and then just draw kind of a wavy shape, whatever shape works. Got a little bit complex towards the end, but yeah, there's a shape. And now, this is the exercise part of it, is you take a dot from the top again, you go along the other side and pretend it's a mirror and see if you can create a mirror image of what you just did. Ooh, something like that. This side is a little bit shorter than the other side, but that's okay. So yeah, you can do it with square shapes if you want, like the letter E here. I'm going to mirror this thing. You can do it with even crossing lines like this. See, if you just keep doing it, just like the gym, the more you do it, the stronger you're going to be. Same with this. The more of these you do, the better your eye will get. So this will help you out when you're trying to draw something in front of you, say I don't know, I have a pencil sharpener right here. So I have to look up at the pencil sharpener, I have to draw a line. This will help you kind of judge where to place your lines. It's a nice exercise. Here's my pencil sharpener. I digress. So anyways, back up. So that was exercise number 3, the mirror. Or maybe you could call it the butterfly, or this. An advanced form of that might be the snowflake, where you do an X instead of a line. And then you could do something like this and try to mirror it in every direction. Like that or something. But anyways, you can get creative with these exercises too. You don't have to do them exactly like I said. I've adapted these from other people's videos I've seen or other books I've read. All right. This next exercise, this is probably the most important and also the hardest one, is called contouring. Contouring. But let's think of an easier name to remember. I'm going to say outlining. Outlining. So this is going to require something in space, so something in front of you, something small. I'm going to pick something I can show you. Maybe this glue bottle here. So what I'm going to do is I can hold it in my hand or put it on the desk in front of me. And without looking at my page, so without looking at my iPad here, I'm going to look at the glue bottle. Look at the glue bottle and put my eye, I'm imagining my eye touching the glue bottle. Like if I was going to run my finger, actually you could even do this. Run your finger along the edge of the glue bottle, like this, all the way around it, and you're feeling it. That's what your eye is going to do. So imagine your eye being your finger, touching the side of the glue bottle or whatever you have, and just follow it along, and your hand drawing should completely match exactly where your eyes are. And don't look at the drawing. And it often ends up with a pretty weird looking drawing there. Oh, it looks like mine went off the iPad and I didn't notice. I'm going to try again. If you have a piece of paper, you might run off of it if you draw too big, so beware of that. Hey, that wasn't too bad. So I traced the outside of the of it. Now I can run my eye along other edges of it too. And remember, never looking at the page, except for if you're lifting up your pencil and you have to put it back down, you can look at it for a second. And then there's all these lines coming around. Yeah, so there's my glue bottle. Oh, there was one more edge. So try to run your mental finger around every edge. So I ended up with that. The shape was off, but I've got a better understanding of the form of this thing and how it's 3D, because I'm imagining my hand going around each part instead of just drawing how I think it looks or anything like that. So that exercise really helps you hone in your hand-eye coordination. So that's a really important part of drawing things from life, is hand-eye coordination, because you can't always be looking at the thing and your hand at the same time. So it's better to look at the thing and be able to draw little sections of it exactly as you see them instead of translating them. So yeah, so I told you that was going to be the hardest one there. So I'll draw that little glue bottle. Outlining. Or we could call that without looking. All right. And so work your way up to 4. Maybe start with the target, then move to waffle and mirror, and then end your art gym with some outlining. I'll give you one bonus one. The 5th bonus exercise. This one's just going to be a little bit more freeing. So draw just an S shape or a curve. Can just be a curve. Bigger is better on these. Just draw a big curve and then try to get it as smooth as possible. That one I just did was pretty smooth. And then start another one right next to it and try to line it up exactly with it. Like a rainbow. But go quick. So I'm going to do an S. I'm going to try to line up another line right next to it. But quickly. Not like this. If I tried to like trace next to it, that's not going to help. No. We want to try to nail it with one gesture. There we go. Line up another one. I guess there's nothing stopping you from just drawing right over the same line. So then you can really see where your errors are. So yeah, let's do that. We'll draw right over the same line. So you've got your goal. That's what you're trying to do. Now try to draw the same line again. Ooh, that was pretty close. I'll try a harder one, like a W-ish shape. The more curves in the shape, probably the harder. Anyways, so 5 is going to be called, what should I call this one? How about the curve match? Curve matching. Because you're doing a curve and then you have to match it. So we'll do a little S shape there. There we go. So there you have it, folks. Make sure to visit the art gym as much as you can. Maybe every day. If you did this every day, I guarantee you'd see improvement in your drawing. If only just how smooth you draw lines. So yeah, you don't have to think about, a subject really to draw, except for number 4. But you don't really have to think about it either. Just look around you. All you have to do is sit down, follow those 5 things, and then finish for the day, and that'll get you better at drawing. So enjoy and rewatch as needed. Take care. Bye.